really disappointing game with the outcome. Have the number one team in the country on the ropes. Have a chance to, beat them at home here, and we don't get it done. So if you're going to play that team or beat the team, you got to basically play perfect, and we didn't do that. We obviously didn't play well on defense. Didn't tackle well. Went 4-4 on fourth down, which was huge. So it's kind of a shame that we weren't able to pull it off. I would have never guessed you'd see an SEC game looking at these stats here and 3 punts in the entire game. Someone just said the most points in the history of SEC regulation game, especially against, Coach Saban and that defense. So kind of a waste.
Dennis, you're up.
See what it says.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
Can you hear me okay?
I can, Dennis.
Yeah, oh, hey, Lane.
Hey.
Lane, what's happening in general to, offensively and defensively in this game? In the SEC today, the average team gave up 33 points. There's been scoring records set in the last few years. We can talk about tonight all night, but what's happening with defensive football, do you think?
I don't know, because it's not tempo, because, there's people that don't do tempo and, put up a lot of yards, just like these guys. Sark, they don't do tempo. So I don't think people would have thought it was tempo. That's been around for years. Maybe COVID, missing spring ball and missing the tackling in that and fundamentals. Maybe it has something to do with it. But I would have never guessed this. I joked with the coach afterwards. I talked to him, hey, I thought they played defense in the SEC, just joking with him because, he was kind of laughing about the defense. So I don't, this is 3 games in a row like this. I would not have thought this.
How much do you feel, responsible or take credit for what you did beginning in 2014 at Alabama when things changed up offensively?
I don't know. I wish I kept saying that today. I wish Sark wasn't over there and they were running the old Alabama offense. I said it about 10 times on the headset. So, I was thinking, played coach twice. The first time was 12-10, with only field goals, and they scored 1 touchdown. And so what would that have been like today had we known this offense back then, just on our side and not on their side? So, be careful, what you do.
Thanks.
Nick Saban.
Lane, you mentioned it's 3 weeks in a row with this defense kind of getting beaten up. Do you think there is something that can be done with the personnel you have on this team to fix the defense this year, or do you think that it's just kind of you guys are a little overmatched with the talent you inherited?
I hope so. I just told the players, don't be happy. Fans are standing ovation. We're walking off, and I was very confused about that. We lost. So, not that I don't appreciate the fans doing that, but make sure the players understand we came here to win. We didn't come here to play close and cover spreads or any of that crap. So, I told them they have tomorrow off, and they got to come back to work. We got to get better. You just don't get chances like this, and I think kids don't understand that. You don't get many chances to beat the number one team in the country, the best program, in the entire country, and it's right there to take.
Going off of that, just what do you think the step is to turn this team from a team that was that close to a team that can win in these games?
Well, we won last week, and so, there's so many times this week that, if we make a stop, we get 1 turnover, things are totally changed. So, or we, finish a drive and don't kick a field goal. So one team's 7 of 8 in the red zone. We're 7 of 7. So very unusual.
Parrish Alford.
When you talk about opportunities and not that many of them to win a game like this, how much pressure does it put on your offensive players when they feel like they have to match this team touchdown for touchdown?
I felt like that. That's why the onside kick, earlier in the game. I just felt like, hey, we weren't stopping them. What's the difference if we give them the ball at the 50 or, and they got a great returner anyway, so they may bring it out there. So that's why we tried the surprise onside, which we were close to getting, just to try to gain a possession because they weren't stopping us, we weren't stopping them.
Nate Gabler.
You guys kind of finally got something positive out of the running game this week. Was that just a product of this game, or did you see something that you kind of liked there moving forward?
Like I said, I was kind of surprised with that. We struggled to run the ball. This is a great, no one runs the ball normally on these guys, and so, that was good to see. And actually, I was surprised at halftime saying, all right, we need to run the ball more, because I came into the game saying we're going to have to throw the ball 50 times, to have a chance in this game. So, I think our line did a good job, and backs did a good job too.
Moving forward with the running backs, do you expect kind of just a 50-50 split back there, or is it just a hot hand, or how do you anticipate those carries going?
I thought Snoop ran, Ely's, we know how fast he is, but I thought Snoop ran really well today. And not a lot of negative runs. 5 yards between the two of them lost, which had been an issue coming into the game, so that was really good to see.
Tyler Comas.
Hey, Coach. I was just wondering if you had any updates on Matt's injury that happened towards the end of the game.
I don't. He must be all right because he came back in the game the next play, so.
Nick Saban.
Lane, you talked about that conversation you had with Coach Saban after the game, just pitching against him. I know you're not one-on-one against him, but just kind of what's the takeaway from that first experience here?
Well, I'm not going to say exactly what he said, but it was pretty cool to hear what he said. And I just told him, hey, go win it all, So they got a great team. They're going to be hard to stop, and they got a chance to win it. So I told him to go win it all.
Any further questions for Coach? Harris Alford.
Hey, Ryan, did you get a chance to talk with Ben about the snap and what happened there in the middle of the fourth on that drive?
We've struggled with snaps, in both the first two games. So this one caught us. Matt's caught a lot of them, and saved us on some. So we changed how he was snapping, but, that got us big time. I think it was minus 20 yards or something.
Any further questions for Coach?
Yeah, I have one. Lane, I guess going toe to toe with the number 2 team in the country, and you only being a few games into your tenure here, how close does that kind of mean that you guys are to that level of prominence?
Well, it shows you just got to finish games and win all those situations. We had a chance. They've been 12 years running, and we just got here. But the only way you beat those guys, you got to do everything right for the entire game, and we didn't do that. You're not going to get up 723 yards, and expect to win.